fans, welcome to episode 18 of Watermelons and Woodchips presented by Central Iowa Diesel Performance. And we got a little bit different setup here. Producer Garrett and Josh are both sick, so we had to go satellite. The old GM over here, you can't tell it because he's got the Boone Speedway background, but he's sitting on the big comfy couch just hammering Hall's cough drops.
Yep, I have eaten too many of these in the last week. I'll tell you that. So
that sickness has been going around. It started up here and then worked its way down there to Van Meter, huh?
That's pretty bad. Yeah, it's kind of started in my head. Didn't think it was that big a deal, and next thing I know, I'm getting an hour of sleep a night because I can't sleep. I'm coughing all night. Yeah, it's just rough. So I'm finally over the hump, but then we get the message that old G-Wagon, he's down for the count. So, and I don't want you boys getting it. So we said, maybe we better do something a little different.
Yeah. And like I said, that stuff's been going around too. Like, I think we have, just from the wrestling team perspective, the high schoolers, we had half of our guys out this weekend with the same stuff. So everybody's just trying to get healthy and kind of get back on track. So,
yep.
But, we've had some things kind of coming together, right? Racetrack wise. The first thing I want to talk about is got with Performance Bodies on our trophy situation. So, we teased it a little bit. The Watermelons and Woodchips Performance Bodies trophy now will be given to one class every night of a weekly show that we choose, I guess, and they'll get the special Performance Bodies trophy and then $50 gift card to Performance Bodies, which is pretty sweet. So
that's badass. I mean, very cool.
Scott and Alec, Scott built that empire. It's crazy to think that he started that deal out of a garage to what it is today. A lot of great people over there at Performance Bodies, and this is why they're such a big part of the industry, is they do stuff like this all the time for anything racing. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Alec. Brian as well. They just got a lot of good people in there doing a lot of good things for the racers out there. And I didn't realize that they were, doing all this stuff. So I'm pretty pumped up about that trophy giveaway deal. That's really cool. And hey, $50 is $50 to one of the best places you can buy your race car parts from.
So, yeah. And like when, we talked about obviously like try to find a way that we could utilize this to give back to the racers like at Boone Speedway. And like, I hope it's just the tip of the iceberg, right? On stuff that we can do to utilize this platform and leverage it with Boone Speedway and give back to our race car drivers. So, it'd be nice to have one of the Performance Bodies trophies sitting in the old 69 shop when we come back. So
I'll probably get ran over or run somebody over or something will happen.
No, he'll lead 18 laps and get past with 2 to go. That's on a restart.
That's about par for the course.
And then he'll be in the infield talking with his hands, and everybody's going to think we're fighting.
Yep.
When we're just really deciding who we should give the trophy to.
Right. Who's buying Crispitos tonight?
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's another thing. So Josh and I worked on tweaking the schedule a little bit. We had to move a couple things. Talked to Tony Cox at Farley's. And they're going to do their SmackDown night, but hit like we did last year. And, but they're going to jump on with the Bumblebee Nationals, the sport compact race that Logan's putting together, so that the modified stock cars that night get their Farley SmackDown belts that night, same night as the Bumblebee Nationals. And we got a little something in the works for some hobby stocks. So
yep, we got some ideas. I don't know if we probably don't want to release that can of worms just yet.
No, we got to get somebody behind that deal.
Okay, both of you don't do that shit. You don't say shit like that and then leave everybody in suspense.
Okay, well, here's
guys,
what I'll
I don't
say.
even know what they're talking about. I have no idea. But this is they've been on the secret channel. I figured out that there's a secret phone channel as well. But right on. I'm glad you guys are doing that. This is, a lot of racers. You talk about a lot of the shows that go around the series stuff where you can go there, and if you go to that race, I think where Boone Speedway is going is what I'm interpreting from this is let's make something special each night at the Boone Speedway. It doesn't matter what class it is. Let's just get something to where there's actually, we're going to get to this a little bit later about the question of the week. There's a lot of good comments in there. But just another incentive to come and race at the Boone Speedway. So kudos to you guys for always putting your ear to the ground on that kind of shit.
Yep, we can talk about it a little bit, but I wanted to ask Jonathan.
Quit it.
No.
Quit
I just want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen hobby stocks qualify?
Nope.
Well, there you go. See, we're working on something that hopefully nobody's done before. So.
Okay. All right. Okay, how you guys don't disappoint.
And in my experience of doing this stuff, and Josh is always kind of at the forefront of this as well, because he has to, like, I've talked about this before. Whenever I come up with an idea, I'm like, okay, how realistic is this? And then he's got to either talk me off the ledge or be like, no, we can do this, So, but this one came from the GM. He was all about it. So
we know how partial he is to the hobby bombs.
Yeah.
But you know what? I tell you what, you guys, if you watched any racing this last weekend, I mean, them guys put on a show about every night.
Yep.
And, man, that actually happens a lot more than what people always think, it's the hobbies, I'm out of here, but they actually put on a hell of a show.
I've been saying that a long time. The ones that walk out on the hobbies, they're missing out because, 9 times out of 10.
For some reason, it's like you can track officials. It's almost kind of like the football. The modifieds and stock cars, there's penalties all the time. Hobby stocks, gloves off, let's go, let them race. So can you guys work on that a little bit in 2026?
Which direction?
Well,
you want everybody else to duke it out?
Bernie Black Flag thing, we should shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Let's let some of that stuff slide this year.
All right. So you like to let us to let people duke it out a little bit more?
Yeah, like Steve Jackson, Larry Soball shit back in the day, that kind of stuff. I mean, okay.
Well, it's like a questionable PI call in football, and you don't necessarily call it.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Saw a couple of those over this weekend too. By the way,
baby.
The last couple weeks, Cody and I's teams have they're headed to Cancun. So but busy weekend down in Arizona. I hear the junkyards have picked up a lot of business down there.
Did you see that? Did you see that picture that Berg posted with all that stuff piled up?
I did.
Oh my gosh,
it was pretty bad.
Tore up stuff.
I didn't see that. I seen the deal, the incident on the doom scroll. I seen it on live, and I actually did give Morgan Olmstead shit. I'm like, geez, bud, both of your brothers got black flagged. We could have left you out of the party, but he went ahead and decided to get that black flag that same night, about 3 or 4 laps later. Mm-hmm. Which, in his defense, I think the Burke thing was a racing deal. He just barely clipped him. I mean, and I think it was just a deal where Morgan was on top. Berg made the pass and was trying to get back to that top lane, and Morgan was maybe trying to, is what it looked like on TV, and they just got together that little bit. And they're going so freaking fast out that place.
Yeah.
Holy moly! I seeing it on TV isn't even a close as to actually what's going on down there, but it just happens so fast, and when the body and stuff flies off like that, and you're going that fast, you're tearing up race cars, and I think that's a reason that a lot of racetracks have shortened their racetracks.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't want
really.
You don't want to stub a car when.
Right. And I mean, look, we all know that that's a chance you can take when you go to an event. It doesn't matter whether it's a small track or a big track, but then big tracks. Usually on a small track, you get go to the frame machine. Usually on a big track, you're either taking it to the junkyard or, you know, circumstantial stuff. But
Well, the end of last week, and it was at that same track, was what they call them. It was the Wild West Shootout, but they had X mods.
yeah,
Which that's the B mod or the sport mod, right? And for them.
Yep.
But dude, that dude did the Tony Hawk. That's all I could think of when he did it. And he rode the boards, but the way he came down, the cars don't wreck like that very often. And damn.
The where you're going with this, Josh, is like the halo and stuff, seeing that on that race car. And,
Yes.
And I'm man, I truly believe everybody that's in building race cars that's been doing it for a long time. I can't say this for everybody, but a lot of the major companies that build cars or have been doing this for a while do their absolute best on, you know, putting out a safe product and stuff like that happens. That's just a freak. That's a freak deal. It's no different when you're driving down the road. You can go buy $100,000 truck, and survive an accident. But if you get upside down or a freak deal happens, it's going to tear the shit out of it, you know. And I think that goes a long ways into racing, you know. And we kind of have touched about this in prior podcasts with the Kyle Brown deal, and you know when this all happened to Dallin Murdy and stuff, you know. And the main thing that I took from that was that guy got out of that car and is good. He's okay. He's safe.
Yep.
He is alive, and this is a dangerous sport. You know, and when you're going that fast, man, I can't believe how many cars they rolled over there. And it was just, I mean, that wall, holy shit. And I think it's, I mean, you got to have some balls to run in there on the top like them guys are. And sometimes on the, like IMCA TV does such a great job on that drone shit.
Yeah.
Where it is just like, man, you can see there's just inches from that wall, you know, and the racing, in my opinion, has been good and it's been boring. You know, like it, but that happens at Boone Speedway. You know, there was the one night in the mods, the guys were running 3 wide, and Dylan Thornton, he's just out to lunch, you know, 2 seconds ahead of him. Well, to me, that's, it's exciting, but we're racing for second, you know. Man, some dominating performances out there by a lot of drivers. A lot of beautiful looking cars.
Yeah. Yep. Some of them that used to be.
Right. Yeah, no kidding. I also give props to the track crew down there. Their farm sessions and stuff have been in a very timely fashion. And I think that it has made that racetrack very, very good for how many races they're racing on it. I feel like they've done a lot better job this year at not getting over at midnight. Or, you know, later, not necessarily midnight, but later than what they have in prior years. If we can just calm Jerry down a little bit with Velvet left there. And I think we need to get him a new pair of readers. So I didn't see any of that brake fluid going into turn 1. But,
I did look
just
for
freak
it.
Deals. Same deal there. That Peter, that Johnson kid. I mean, just kind of a racing deal, and he just caught. But I think, you know, if we're not hauling ass down in the corner like that at anywhere else, that could be a different circumstance.
Yep. You brought up Olmsted. I put on our little sheet there that that Olmsted last name, they're either winning or getting a black flag. But there's some fast boys with that name.
Well, and Jake Sacco was down there racing Jacob's car there in the sport mod the first 2 nights. And then Jacob getting in that deal, and same deal. They're just hard racers, and they're good. People hold them accountable for stuff, and you know, I kind of refer them to as like the Killins. Like they're just these big burly bastards, beards, super nice. They've always treated me really good.
Yeah, I've always got along with those guys.
They're just really hard racers, and but it always seems like they're right there in the heat of the moment when shit happens, and they get blamed for a lot of stuff. And I like to bust Mikey up on it because that's his homestead's his kryptonite, Right. Even though there was some dirty shit, but I think that, Morgan, I talked to Morgan every night down there, and he was pretty he wasn't upset. He was just felt like, bad for Burke, and just a racing deal. But he's been there too. Everybody has. Everybody that's been in the racing world has been in a situation like that. All you can do is put your nose back to the grind and overcome that situation.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, it's just racing deal, right? Like that stuff happens, and you just got to go on. I've talked to multiple race car drivers. It can be the most humbling sport, or where one day you go win, the next day you're getting black flagged or whatever, and you're still trying to ride that high from the night before, or you get black flagged, so you're like feeling like shit, and then you go out and you win the next day. So it's just
usually though, if you get black flagged, you come in and be like, did that look as bad as what it was? And usually everybody's like, yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's like, well, screw that guy anyway. He rubbed me over here or whatever, in the heat of the moment. I thought one of my best moments of the weekend down there was Wahoo's infield comment about the 21P.
Oh, boy.
I just like, Wahoo.
Yep. That was
the deal.
Yep.
But man, here's the thing though too. It's like everybody's antsy to race. They're in nice weather down there. Everybody's gung ho. Everybody wants, you got a lot of new cars down there, got a new look or whatever they got going on for their program. And so they're go down there to win, just like we all do. But so they're racing hard and stuff happens. And it was cool that wasn't complete domination by one driver, Dylan Thornton picking up 3 wins. Like he said in his interviews, I think it helped him being down there for the Wild West Shootout, and just to see how much racing had been done on that racetrack in the 2 straight weeks. I feel like they done, like I said, a hell of a job with the racetrack and the racing.
Yeah, Team Harris in the modifieds looking pretty strong right out of the gate.
Chaz won the 4th night, right?
Yeah, Dylan started up front a bunch, but Chaz was driving through the field, and them two, they had some bangers. One really close one. They were fun to watch.
The Mod Lights even seen a few familiar faces down there, or seen a few familiar names down there. Didn't watch much of the Mod Lights myself, other than the tumbleovers on the old Doom Screw. God dang, I don't know how fast them guys are going. I'd be curious to know what they are doing on the big half miles like that. It's got to be. They got to be 100 plus.
Oh yeah, right.
I could be wrong, but man,
they're hauling.
Yeah, those guys are scooting.
Did anybody from Iowa pick up a win down there? I seen Albertson. Garrett Barber took a hell of a roll.
Yeah.
Did he end up coming home, or did anybody heard? Or?
I never heard after that. I don't know if he did or not. And I saw Brandon Cox was down there in Corey Saunders' mouth light, I think.
Colby Olbrecht, or how I murdered that, Colby or Albenbrecht, or however you say it. I just know because we're sitting there watching the races, and he got into a little deal on the front stretch, and my daughter goes, "Dad, there's your sticker." And I'm like, "Yeah, we put the body on that car." But other than that, I didn't really know anybody else. Nice little field of cars for him, though. Jimmy had got on there and said they had about 28 cars. Lost 4 the first night due to crashes. I just feel like that Mod Light class is just getting bigger and bigger, and they're starting to have more of these shows where a lot more people are starting to travel to those shows.
Yeah, well, they, the thing's been around for a while, but even before IMCA took it over, but it's just starting to hit its stride. But just like anything, right? You have to build a foundation, and they've done that. And now you're starting to see more and more guys, join that class, and it's starting to get bigger and better.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some, Dylan Rafferty. We see him. He's a stud in that class. I mean, he's just so good everywhere he goes. It caught my attention when he was in his interview. His shifter linkage falls off in the staging area or something. He gets out, and I don't know how he climbed under the thing because he's a big boy. Maybe he gets underneath there and fixes the thing and goes out and still, to keep your mind focused when something like that happens. You almost kind of panic when something happens in the staging area. So it's just kind of cool to see, he doing his own thing. And there's a lot of chassis companies now that you're starting to hear about through the Mod Light guys, because they're starting to become a bigger deal. And what IMCA's done with them at Super Nationals, and man, it's just cool to see. And like when we were kids, even Josh, when they were run the old coupe cars and shit, and what they've transformed into now, it's just it's a really good thing for the sport.
Yeah, and I think I saw Harris is building them now, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I think Landon Elliott's got one now. I think he's got a Harris car, I believe.
Okay.
So he should be making a debut this year at Boone, which would be pretty cool. See him come up from the mini mods to that deal, and see if he can burn some.
Hopefully, he can keep it on all four wheels a little better than the old man can.
I was just gonna say,
he has no fear. I know that, which is a good thing, But just another one of them young racers coming up through the ranks. It's cool to see that stuff. So be interesting to see where he goes after the Mod Light deal.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's a good feeder class for people that want to continue on, right? Kind of like sport mods or the hobby stocks or whatever, and gives you another option to work your way to a modified or whatever else you want to do going forward, right? So we're fortunate that a lot of those guys choose to race with us. So which is pretty cool.
Yeah, before we leave Arizona too, I got to mention it was good to see Zippy D get away from his car. That was a pretty rough one. One too.
That thing folded like a pop can.
Man,
I mean, that was crazy, but same deal. He's out walking around the car. He must have talked somebody into letting him race their car. I don't know what other car he was in, but glad to see another wild deal. It was kind of there were some of them wrecks that were bad enough they didn't even show a replay on them. Even after finding out that the driver was okay, they typically pan out and make sure everybody's okay before they do that. But generally they did that, so it just kind of gives you an idea of how bad that wreck actually was. I'm just glad that everybody was okay in all of those classes.
Yep. Also heard that Grant maybe had to do a little paperwork or something.
That's what I was just reading. I was like, wait, I was going through our little deal here on my phone, and I'm like, oh, I got to talk about that too. So
yeah, so something, I don't know, Team Elite. What have you heard, Jonathan? Grant might have told me on the. I snapped him, and he might have said, "Wow, Jonathan's got good sources."
Well, I wasn't included in on the secret channel. But I think I was left on while somebody was talking on the secret channel.
Okay.
So, I mean, there was a little altercation on the racetrack, and they had to call in authorities. Not like police authorities or anything, but like gym standard authority.
Oh, okay.
And I heard things got a little Western down there. I don't know. I haven't even seen any video footage or anything, so I'm kind of wondering. But then when Grant confirmed, I'm like, man, it got spicy down there a little bit. All right, So
it's kind of content we're here for.
Yeah,
so.
right. But that also goes back to I love that shit because we've said it, and I will say it, and till I'm blue in the face. When the racer quits caring about what happens on the racetrack, our sport's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been there. I'm an idiot. I've done stupid shit, but that's just part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. So, Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon weren't all roses and tulips their whole career either, and so that kind of controversy is good.
Yeah.
I say we bring back bullying. I mean, people were a lot cooler when we were meaner to people. I'm serious. I'm just saying.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. Somebody do it. Pull the trigger. I'm ready.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Hey, so moving away from the Arizona stuff, yeah, you like that. There's a Facebook troll account that you found.
I got a new friend.
We got to talk. Did they friend request you?
I got a new friend on Facebook, guys. It's incredible. Tell me you guys have seen this. You had to have seen it. Have you seen it, Jonathan?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Oh my God, dude.
So I'm just it's so funny is what it is.
I cried laughing when I saw it, and then I thought, well, this is a joke, and then I read into it, and I'm like, I started reading some of the about info, and I'm like, holy shit, is this Jerry doing this himself? Because it is a troll. It's a troll account, and it's what's the name of it? Jerry's
Extraordinaire or something.
Or extraordinaire announcer extraordinaire or something like that. But yes, it is. It entertained me for a good 20 minutes or so the other night. So
whoever the troll is, this is awesome. First of all, maybe we might want to call in J-Van on this and just see how he feels about it, because whoever's trolling, I mean, if the listener or if the troll is listening, please reach out. We'd love to hear the inside of why you started this, where it started, and how far you're going to continue.
And look, we have kept the secret channel a secret for years. We will keep your identity secret. We promise. That's
100%. Yeah,
that's 100%. Right.
We could have this person on the podcast and just have them blacked out sitting in a chair.
Like they used to do in the 90s.
Yeah, voice changer.
Right? Oh my God.
This person's identity has been covered for viewers' discretion.
That's right. That's right.
We can even do a voiceover.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's got the technology.
If we get the troll on here before Jerry, Jerry might defriend us, actually. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Jerry did comment on one of the posts that they made and said, I can't believe I've finally been cloned, I think is what he said. So
yeah.
He secretly loves that, actually.
I'm telling you, it cracked me up. I know that. And I was like, I got to scream.
When Jerry seen that, I wish I would have been a fly on the wall.
Right.
To see his reaction to it, or what he said. You know what I mean? Maybe it's Jerry.
That's Jerry. What I'm saying.
Are you doing this?
Come on, Jerry. You can tell us. I guess we're going to know if the troll reaches out. We'll find out.
If that troll reaches out, I will blow the planet up. It will be so fun.
Hey, I'll sign an NDA right now. I will not. I will not release the identity. But God, that would.
I mean, maybe it's another announcer.
It could be. It
could be a super fan.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
A lot of possibilities in this deal.
It could be somebody in New Jersey.
Right.
You don't know.
Yeah. Could be an Australian.
Could be.
Yep. You never know.
It could be fucking young Lee from China. We don't know.
Oh, man. Too good. Oh, boy.
Funny. Okay, do we want to go to a break and then come back with our question? And there was a lot of stuff on there.
Big question.
Comments on there. Like, it blew up super fast. So.
Yeah. Women were even commenting on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, they had
No offense, women. I was just saying, like, we've never got engagement out of the women.
Yeah, not really. No.
And this one really sparked the women up a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you, Jonathan, too, when we come back, there's one part. Remember our episode where the suits got a little upset? There's one of these responses in there might get old Coots hair in a knot a little bit, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Okay.
I'd already texted him about some of the stuff that was posted on there, and I'm like, oh my god,
secret text.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. However, I did get it on the secret text channel or text. Thread.
We're just gonna have to call this the secret episode.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go to our first break. We'll send it over to Central Iowa Diesel Performance and Weir's Machine. And when we come back, we'll head up our Elmquist towing question of the week. You are watching Watermelons and Woodchips.
When you go green, precision matters, and that's why you choose Weir's Machine. From suspension components, tools, and data technology, we've changed the game for race teams around the world. Our ultra-force load machines are revolutionizing how teams collect and analyze data, while our Circle Track app provides a data storage notebook, giving you the edge on every turn. We're not here to follow the pack, we're here to lead it. American-made, race-tested, Weir's Machine.
Central Iowa Diesel Performance is a full-service preventative maintenance and truck repair center in Ames, Iowa. While they specialize in high-performance applications, they can do fleet repair, engine maintenance, transmission repair, or things such as brakes and electrical. Anything diesel truck related, Central Iowa Diesel Performance is your go-to shop. Check them out at www.centraliowadieselperformance.com.
All right, race fans, welcome back. Watermelons and Woodchips presented by Central Iowa Diesel Performance. And we got through our Arizona stuff. We got through the fake Jerry Facebook account, and moving forward to our Elmquist towing question of the week. And man, that thing really got some
126 comments.
Yeah. Which the question was, if you owned the Boone Speedway, what changes would you make, add, improve on, things like that. So, and within the first 15 minutes, there was about 40 comments already on that deal.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely got people fired up again. The old Elmquist towing question of the week.
Yeah, that's been a popular deal. Things like this, you really get a quick response and people's feelings on what they want to see. And obviously you have some that are a little unrealistic. They're like a lottery win. What would you do?
Right.
But at the same time, like there's some good stuff that came out of that, and definitely some things that we can spark conversation about. One of them comes to mind would be the beef burger thing. I didn't realize that was such a deal. What? I mean, I like a good beef burger, like a made right. Like what? People don't like that.
But Cody and I had that same recipe when we were 7 and 8 years old at Boone Speedway.
It's nostalgia.
That's not a jab at the food people either. So Teresa or whoever that is that does that,
right?
But let's get a burger in there. I'll buy the grill.
We'll have the conversation. We will, for sure.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Yes, see,
we will.
The world is ran by the askers.
It is.
There were so many good comments on this. There was so many good comments on.
And honestly, you think about it though, or not think about it, but people are always like, we tell you what we want all the time. You guys don't, they're more complaining than anything. But I've said it before, like it doesn't fall on deaf ears but we're just only can do what we can run up the flagpole essentially, and some of the stuff we can make the decisions on and move forward with and whatever. But, we don't have the purse purse strings all the time, you know.
Well, and they're
Makes a difference.
like some of the stuff, like people may not even know. Like there was a couple of them that I think would be awesome to do. And one of them was to dig out behind that backstretch wall and extend the hot pit in front of where those people sit. That's a great idea, but there's one problem. There's a high pressure gas main that runs right underneath there, and that is not going to happen.
Right.
So,
Which, hold on a minute. So, people, at any given time, we could be exploded out of the Boone Speedway from this high pressure gas line from Northern Natural Gas. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying. We got all these people out there. The what ifs. Yeah, I mean, our families would be rich for life after that. But but honestly, I thought that was one of the coolest answers on just because I tell you what, when you're down, like I feel like where the hot pit is now, the people that are up on the catwalk and stuff right there, they get to see a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like, when people have cameras on their car, like one year at Super Nationals, me and Tate and Burkhart got together and we got flat tires, and so we're both in the hot pit at the same time. Crews are flared up. We got guys chest bumping and shit, but it was all caught on the on-car cam on my car.
Yeah.
And I just go back and laugh about it. But, like, that is a really good idea. It'd be so badass if you could do that.
It'd be like the ramp at Tulsa.
Right. But here's the other thing, okay? Here's what I think we can do for that situation. Maybe IMCA TV, if we talk to the right guy, which I know Ian has been getting pretty good on the pilot sticks and the drone thing. Maybe when there's a caution, maybe this needs to be a thing. We need to get a drone over there and, get down in there. Like, my crew gets mad at me when I go to the hot pit because I'll go there if, like, the tie rods are hanging off of it. I can barely steer it. But we made it into Super Nationals one time, first lap wreck, and went over there. But maybe the IMCA TV can get over there and catch some of that. They do it some of the bigger shows.
Yeah.
They do a really good job of that. But
the drone caught the beef or the steak sandwich grill flaring up during the hot pit situation. I think it was when Skylar when Skylar's tie rod fell off and they took the drone over there, and then that thing was all flared up and
it might have been
on fire.
Yeah. Because they had two drones going. They have one that like sits back and watches the whole track, and I think that's the one that caught it initially because it was it was big.
Another cool thing that was asked on here was, like a small oval track on the infield during farm sessions for beginner kids stuff, go-kart stuff. I know that, like, just hearing that and thinking about that, that'd be super cool. But I think that's just not an option for Boone Speedway because there's just so much shit going on already.
Yeah.
To try to have that going on while you're doing a farm session, it's just too chaotic.
It'd be a logistical nightmare at that point. I mean, we did one year have like the wing carts in there and race those. And it was cool, but it was chaos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just so much going on in the infield. You guys got the new Victory Lane thing. They've got the new scale pad stuff going on. And if you actually look in front of, well, you guys know, but in front of Victory Lane, there is a water intake. So it's like dangerous flip over shit. If just how it looks, but that was a cool thing to get.
In all reality, it would be sweet.
You're right,
like that, but
it would.
Back in the day when I was younger, Howard Mellinger used to do those. He used to have these little concession go-karts up at Webster City, and they would do you could get your name drawn out of a hat, like little kids could have. Never got it.
Me neither.
Never got to do it, but yeah, they'd have cones set up, and that was always when my dad was racing sprint cars up there. That was always like I wanted to do that. I never made the cut, but
it would be cool.
But there again, like there's just so much going on, and like we're trying to click stuff off, and they're trying to farm, and buses are going around there. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and just about every blade of grass in that infield is accounted for something down there. Just about.
Right.
But yeah, really good idea. Just probably something that's not going to happen.
There was stuff, people asking about USAC show or War of Outlaws or High Limit or anybody that knows me or knows me well. Like, I'm a huge sprint car guy. Like, so this has been a lifelong goal of mine to have something like that of that magnitude at Boone Speedway since I started in 2018. And I did talk to Kirk a while ago at USAC about the possibility of putting something like that on, but it just, I don't know what the reality of the situation would be, right? Like, it would be fantastic. We'd have to probably make some sort of safety upgrades. We wouldn't have to, have to, right? But from a peace of mind standpoint, we probably would need to, so yep. I would love it. Like I said, I'm the biggest sprint car fan ever, but I just, from that standpoint, it makes it tough. Would love to do something like that. I think midgets it would be a perfect track for like extreme midgets or something like that, or power ride, whatever. But like I said, the pipe dream versus making it happen is the, there's a lot of tape involved in that.
Right.
That's it's kind of weird. Like, how far them guys, would them guys travel, to come here to do that just because it is the Boone Speedway?
You'd have to do it. You'd have to do it in succession as they were coming through
or whatever,
tagging on to something else.
See, that depends. That kind of really dictates a lot of what you can do, doesn't it? I mean, with scheduling events and on top of one another, or vice versa. I think it'd be cool. When I was a kid, they used to actually have sprint cars at the Super Nationals. I mean, there was some pretty crazy stuff that happened, and right. That's why I am a fan of the Hawkeye Challenge race. We've talked about that. So hopefully, maybe someday, you just never know.
Right.
I mean, that you never know. Like, it's not a possibility, but one of the questions that was put on Elmquist Towing Question of the Week that had the second most likes was Colby Fett. I also seen some other people talking about it. You guys are all IT and everything, but I can't play the game. But, the iRacing thing, I mean, like, what does that actually cost to do something like that? Like, I agree with Colby Fett, the people on here. Like, this is a must-have, in my opinion. What kind of, not that the Boone Speedway needs exposure, but to go and do that.
So those conversations actually happened. And that was 2018, 2019-ish. I think it was even before COVID when it kind of started to get going, and it might have even been during COVID, but I think it was before COVID. I'd have to go look. I still have all the emails from those guys, and it was just, there was no like cost association like that we never got that far, right, to like what it costs to scan it. But they were on like a 2-year wait list, and I think some of the World Racing Group tracks probably get priority since they're like licensed with them. So I don't know that for a fact. I guess I shouldn't say that for a fact that World Racing Group tracks get priority to it, but it would be awesome.
Could you handle that? Like, is that something you could do? Like, could you get on that or what?
Yeah, well, and so we had talked to, and there was and seriously, we did have conversations, and then when Mark Bunnell with MB2 and pole position, they were getting into the iRacing deal, and they had some simulators and stuff set up that they were taking. They actually brought iRacing simulators to Super Nationals one year, and they had gone out to iRacing, and I think it's in Boston, maybe somewhere out there on the East Coast, and met with those guys, not specifically for Boone Speedway, but just what the project they had going, and that it got brought up again out there. But like I said, nothing has ever happened in an official capacity, I guess, as far as that. I would love it. Maybe that's something that this could kick off the conversations to make something happen, and we could look at it. But, if it costs a bunch of money, it's probably not going to happen. But if it's something we can work with those guys, I don't know. I don't know their process, I guess. Like I said, we just got to preliminary conversations with it, emails, whatever, and it kind of died on the vine.
Yeah, well, that could be one way to get midgets and sprint cars at Boone if it's on iRacing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic. I think it would. I think it would help their platform too, right? Like, I think you would have people. I would probably buy a rig setup for it. I don't have one just because I want my productivity to be at the mid level that it's already at. If I had an iRacing setup in my house, it would be way worse. But I think you would have people that would purchase the software, purchase the setup to do it. We'd have probably a couple of them things sitting in Jonathan's shop.
Well, I've got one. It's over at Matt's garage. I can make a lap or two, and then I just like, I don't know.
Yeah, my cousin Keaton is so good at it.
Yeah,
Isaac's little brother. I think so. He's 13 or 14 now, but he's always been really good at it, and I can't even. I remember the first time that I was on an iRacing sim deal. We were actually, it was Jeff Olson and I were actually at Brett Moffitt's house when he was living in Grimes, and he had one in his room. That's when he was like training to do pavement stuff, and that's how he trained. And you had to like take the car out of the garage area and everything to get it out on the track. I couldn't even get it out of the garage area. It was like that realistic to get it in.
Which is so crazy to me, thinking as like, I hop in a car and just go, and then you get on that video game and it almost is like I'm thinking like, I can drive this car out of this garage. Don't tell me that 700 ponies is keeping me from getting on the track and I can't get back out of the goddamn garage here.
Right.
So I gave up on it a long time ago. I can tear up the old Saturday Night Speedway and all that shit like that.
Yeah.
If you boys want to throw some quarter panels on something, I can handle that kind of shit. But
and I still got to get
stuff. People are awesome at it.
I still got to get I started in when I found the IMCA game, right, that I had from years and years and years ago. And I downloaded this stuff on my computer, whatever. And then Ross Weiss actually reached out and he's like, here's how you have to do it. So he sent me videos. I got it like going, like it would pull up on the screen and whatever, and you could pick your car and whatever. And then I'd go to click race, and then it would just like, it
just knew that you were already set in track record.
Yeah.
It wasn't even going to let you try to ruin the game for
There's
everybody else.
many times that Jonathan and I remember hearing Jonathan's dad come inside, and because they had a wheel, like at Jonathan's dad's house, we had the old Windows 98 or whatever it was cranked up, and he had a steering wheel. We would sit there all day and play that. And John would be like, you guys are still in here. You go outside, like do something. So, it would be pretty awesome, to upgrade that program and get a little iRacing deal going. But like I said, there's a lot of these things take a lot of work that people are suggesting,
Oh yeah. There's so many good questions on this, on here. Like, this is a really good one. Jim Massey, would be nice during Super Nationals if the grandstand people could reach Vendors Row.
Yeah.
I think that should be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's some products that those vendors sell, like hats and stuff like that maybe, T-shirts and stuff like that. I know that the vendors choose those spots, and obviously you guys have been over there. I think everybody's been in their same spots strategically for reasonings and whatnot. And I think that'd be that's a really good thing that maybe the Boone Speedway should look at during Super Nationals for sure. Just to, think about how many more fans. I know there's a lot of people in the pits, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, when we start racing at 2:00, maybe their driver's not racing until the second session of Super Nationals. They go over and check that out and don't have to buy a pit pass. Not that we don't want them to buy a pit pass, but some people just like to go to the stands.
If there was a way to do it and a way to set it up, because everybody from the pits can go to the grandstands, but not everybody from the grandstands can go to the pit. So if you could get kind of a central location for that, that'd be something. But
and we've taught, like Lottie and I had conversations, again, this was a while ago, about trying to connect the catwalk over in turn 1 to the high rise so that you could get through it. But then you're looking at logistical stuff, who's got pit passes, who doesn't.
Well, you got another body standing there watching for that kind of stuff.
Right.
And
so
people are going to abuse it.
It's wild because a lot of this stuff that people have put in here, like we've had conversations about most of the things that are in here. It's implementing it into reality. And what's it going to take? How much money? How much work? Is it worth it?
We'll see.
Well, I was just going to say there was 4 that I don't think we can do for sure, and that was Colton Nelson's 4. The he wants to bring the guardrail back for the front stretch. He wants to add a figure 8 track.
Never been in it.
Well, yeah. He wants to do more for the Facebook crybabies. And then pave turns 1 and 2 so there's no more holes. So
he
I
might
thought
be on
those
something
were
there. Right.
Hey, is it Rallycross that they have some of those where like half of it's like tarmac and half of it's half of it's
dirt jumps and yep. Well, his brother Garrett, he came in with a real banger, and I'm sure this is going to get Brian Ziem going. But to replace mod lights with dwarf cars, and I really like that.
I'm telling you, if Jerry don't bring back the finger wave this year, dude, I'm serious. Little cars, little wave.
Little wave. I'm with you.
I'm telling you, it's simple. Everybody can do it right here. See it?
Yep. Well, not everybody. I've seen a couple guys at the track that cannot do that.
Okay.
They'd have to come through with like one of these or something.
Right.
We had some bathroom talk. I don't know what you guys think of all that.
Well, let's be honest. We've talked about this. The concession stands, and before I open this can of worms, there's a lot of other things that have gotten full-on attention that have really needed addressed worse than these other things that a lot of these people are talking about. These are all, man, like I said, I can't believe how many great things people are saying. And like, come on, people, we know at the Boone Speedway, everybody knows at the Boone Speedway, the shitters need fixed. The concession stand, it's the original stuff, you guys. We understand that. I understand that, but I also do appreciate all the, we talked about it, all the stuff. So we know the bathrooms in the pits suck, but it is what it is at this current time. Like there's been so many little things that have added. Josh and I were just talking about it last night. When that revamp of those concession stands in the pit area and or even in the grandstand area, whichever one happens first, I hope the ones in the pit area happens first, so we can get more like items like Crispitos and soft cheese balls and shit like that on the menu. But I think that the Boone Speedway is going to do major things to accommodate for what the Super Nationals has turned this into in that area. Like everybody knows it is what it is, and it's a well-oiled machine right now. But it is needing some much needed attention.
Yeah. And some of those things are in the works, whether they're happening right now or they're in our 3 to 5 year plan, right?
Right.
So like that's, some of these things that people are bringing up, just keep your eyes peeled. Well, it's being worked on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, and like I said, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. We know some of this stuff's needed to be done for a while, and we're slowly chipping away. It's hard to do everything overnight. So,
well, that's, like talking about just like what's been done in the infield in the last year with the I mean, concrete's not cheap,
right?
And what they did which is absolutely awesome, what they've done in the grandstand area with the stage, how they pull the cars up in there now, like those are huge improvements. I mean, I don't know the dollar amounts on them, but you're talking, 25,000 plus on some of these projects or more. And so every year things are just slowly getting there. And I think that, that's you look at a lot of these racetracks across the country and they're doing the same thing, just on a little bit smaller level because of what the Boone Speedway has become in the last 50 years or 55 or whatever it is, And but like to the pit area, how the concession stand's kind of located in the middle, but the pit area is so big. Like, when can we cut loose like the golf carts and shit so the old people don't have to walk clear the concession stand? Like there's been people, you can always tell who doesn't come and race Boone Speedway a lot because they're riding their shit around during the races. And I'm just thinking, man, you're cruising for an ass chewing real quick around here. If the one guy gets a hold of you, bud, it is not good. But like, I get that. Like, where I'm pitted at, it's not that far of a walk. We're pretty lucky to have the pit stalls we have there. But it is quite you guys wouldn't know because you cruise around with golf carts all night. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a haul. It is. And that's, hopefully we can take a look at that as these improvements happen and maybe be able to accommodate some of that as well.
Well, the South, you guys already are. The South showers there and bathrooms there in the old chicken coop. I mean, Turbo, and I were talking about the other day, it's like they worked on Scott Davis's car in that building.
Right.
Like I haven't said it in like 10 episodes, but that's nostalgic as shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, when I go there to honk out a dirt snake, I'm going to think about Turbo and them guys blowing a radiator out and going and winning a race and then just driving the car back to the shop. Not even got to load it on a trailer.
Right.
Yeah. While you're blowing your radiator out.
Right.
So can we like name one of the stalls the Scott Davis stall or?
I mean, if you don't, you're shame on you.
Let's put a big 81
I've seen some
sticker.
Crown Vic things. Let's just be honest, that's probably never going to happen at the Boone Speedway. The cruiser cars kind of ruined that. We talked about that last week with Mike Smith.
Yep.
The other thing I get on here is the one that is brought up the most is cheaper pit pass or more money for the racers.
My face is getting red.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I went with a soft start on it because I knew that you were already breathing hard about it over here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody's got one of these. I'm sure everybody does, but it's a calculator. So use that.
What I hear from that as a racer, and the question on there.
I get it. I understand.
No.
I totally get it because I've been on your side of the fence too. I understand.
Yeah, and it just goes back to the same thing. Like in my opinion, it's not that far of a travel for me. So I don't have that much of an expense going to the racetrack. Now for some other people, that are traveling an hour or better to come here, I think that's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what it is, you know what the pay is, and you can be picky and choosy and do what you want with your race program.
And I think there's a misconception on some of the stuff. Like I do I am empathetic with some of that, right? As far as like racing's getting more expensive, totally get it. And like I said, I've been on that side of it. Like, I'm not just doing this because I stumbled into it. It's because I was working on race cars. I had race cars with my dad, and I had a race team with Jeff Olson and worked with Eric Elliott. I've been around it. I get it. I understand it. But if those people looked at the books that Josh and I looked at the end of the night, they would be like, oh my God, how did this happen? You guys have this amount of cars.
It's no different than any. I mean, really, if you look at it, it's no different than anything, really. You guys got a line that you got to cover, and you're also in this to make money. This is why the favorite thing to say is when a promoter is getting ready to get out of a racetrack, let me have it one more year because I want to say I had it for 10 or 15 or 20 years. It's like, but you just said you lost money for 15 years, so you want to lose money again?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that part of it. I also think that it should be, in my opinion, it should be $100 minimum to come through that gate as a tow. It's, like $100 don't go very far, anymore. And that's just my opinion. But here's the other thing: living where we live, you can pick and choose. There are a lot of shows out there that pay that $100 to start, or $125, or whatever the class is that you're racing. There's a lot of big paying shows that are around. And if you want to be that weekly racer and you do it for a hobby and just to come out here and have fun, which we all know a lot of people don't do that, but I don't race for money. I don't ever look at a show and say, I'm not going there because of the money, how much it pays. I'm going there because A, I've never been to that racetrack. B, I like going to that racetrack. C, it's 2 miles from my house, or, whatever the circumstance is. So, everybody wants to be paid more to do that. We get it, but also everything, like I said, everything goes up, and the amount of projects that are done at the Boone Speedway, over the course of the year, is to better the facility for what is being built with the Super Nationals and all the weekly stuff, really. I mean, it's really the last 5 to 10 years, Boone Speedway didn't really ever have any big events or stuff other than Super Nationals. Mm-hmm. Whether you like it or hate it, but they're coming there because of what it's become.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you think about it too, like I'm thinking about this as we're talking about it, like the amount of money that's been put back into this stuff in the last 9-10 years is way more than what they ever did before. It's just, you're on a double-edged sword because you're trying to do more things for the racers to get more cars there, right? Or, try to put on a show for the fans and give more. But then there's times where that doesn't work,
right?
Yeah. And then you're that hurt.
There's a couple of things I want to add into this too. Is generally most shows that are paying, let's just say $150 to $200 to start, they're also having an entry fee. They're also having a $50 pit pass. For the majority of races that you can come to at Boone, it's a $30 pit pass. There is no entry fee, and you're leaving with double that or more. And that's kind of where, like, when I started racing, I remember one of the first times I went to Stewart, I went to leave and somebody said, "Did you go pick up your envelope?" And I said, What envelope?" They said, "Well, your tow envelope." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Yeah, you get paid no matter where you finish." I was blown away. I could not believe it. Like, I just thought, what, are you kidding me? I got to go run my race car around this track and have a blast. And so anyway, but
well, that's what I'm saying, Josh. I agree with you 100%. Like, this is a hobby. I mean, I know there's some people that actually go after it and do it for a living, but for the majority of the racers that are in IMCA, and maybe I'm completely wrong here, but they race because they've been in racing their whole life, or they're a family member, or they do it because they want to do it. That's when we talked about the younger kids coming up into racing and trying to get into it. It's pretty tough, but IMCA being the biggest sanctioning body in the United States, a lot of those other race places out there follow what IMCA is doing. And they just do it on a different level. But the guidelines of what IMCA racing is doing is a lot of those people look at the rules and copycat stuff. And so IMCA has always been, a working man's sport or hobby or whatever you want to call it. And it just gets blown way out of proportion in my opinion, because you have a choice of where you want to go, where you want to race, all that kind of shit. So, and let's be honest, we're going to a place to take our vehicle. You have to pay money for your vehicle. You got to pay to go camp. You got to, so.
Yep.
Well, and then you start getting into that, like more money here, more money here, more money here. Well, you can't really take that away. So once you do it, you're pretty well committed.
Right. It's not just a 1 or 2 year or event thing. It's forever from there out. You can't go down. Right.
So you don't want to put places in a bad situation by just more money. And then you're like, at the end of the day, you're looking at your bottom line going, man, that really wasn't worth that, or whatever. And like I said, Josh knows this too. There's times where we've done some of these specials where we do, throw in money here or there, and it's like, well, that didn't help us at all.
Nope.
Right. And that's the gamble that these racetracks that people don't really understand that the racetrack takes. I did see in one of the comments that they were doing pay based off of car count. That's a kind of a cool thing. I didn't know that they could do that, or that, IMCA tracks were doing that. I think somebody commented and said that it was Harlan that was doing that. That sparks a little bit of interest because, but at the same time too, though, it's like
it creates uncertainty.
Right.
That's the one thing that, So I have my opinion about that too. Like, I respect racetracks that are trying to do that because they're just trying to figure out a way to make it better for the race car drivers, right? But in my opinion, historically, I don't know how well that's actually worked. If you go, all right, if we get this many cars, we're paying this. Like, if we get this many cars, then there's guys on the fence that are like, well, they might not get that many cars, so I'm staying home. Or
right. But what if it's just like, is it something that maybe you guys could do? Okay, after everybody gets checked in, you guys close draw at whatever time. Okay, well, tonight we got 40 mods, so we're going to pay $750, or actually we're going to pay $500, but we're going to add another $25 from 24th to 10th instead of getting $120 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Or okay, we've got 40 hobby stocks tonight, or I know like the stock cars the last couple of years have had the biggest car count of averaging just right at 44 to 46 stock cars weekly. Is that something that would have to be done prior race night? So then it doesn't really, you're not promoting like, hey, we're going to pay $750 night,
right?
And that bid on it,
right? And that could be a better way to do it versus saying like, okay, if we get this many cars, it's going to pay this to win or whatever. Like, that could be a better way to do that. But
so there's a couple things with that. For one, administratively on my side, I could build different payouts in the back end so that, we wouldn't need to know how many cars we have. That we know that once I go to apply the payout, I would select plus 40 stock cars or whatever it might be. So on that side of things, that would not be difficult. There is another thing that's going to happen in 2026 that we are not going to talk about just yet, but we are going to release it.
Doing that shit again.
I have to. But when we do it, that actually makes it a little bit easier to do something like this as well. So I think that conversation's warranted. How far it'll get, I don't know, but I do think that idea it could be something that could be floated at least.
And I don't think it's something we'd have to do all the time.
Well, right. I mean, yeah, it could be, you know, it could be a thing where you guys just do your random shit like you did your payout thing. Like, hey, we're going to pay the mods an extra $400 tonight or whatever, just randomly. And then it's like, you don't even have to tell anybody.
Right.
Like, I think it'd be cooler if, you know, you guys are like, all right, if we get 40 hobby stocks tonight, we're going to pay everybody from 10th to 24th an extra $50 and we're just going to put it in their envelope when they come and pick it up.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that racers, it's like we were talking earlier, when you go to a show and they go to the pit meeting and they give away a tire, or they give away a free wax from Dylan Book, or, you know, like, people really grasp onto that. So like when, you know, it's no different like when they've done the mystery spots for pay and shit. Like, I think we should do a race that's 500 to win and 1,000 for second.
Yeah.
And see, and, you know, like, because I don't give a shit. I want the win.
The Mike Van Genderen special, he used to run races like that, I think.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like that's just a cool thing. And if it's random, it makes it even cooler.
Yep. There is one other one that talked about pay, and that was Curtis Sellers. He talked about the pay at Super Nationals is embarrassing. And I've got to say this. I know we have over 1,000 cars, but our total payout for that 8 days is over $400,000. And that's not embarrassing. For a working man's sport, that's amazing. So I respectfully disagree with that, because if anybody had any inkling of the work that goes on behind the scenes, the amount of people that are on the payroll for that week, all of the different things that go into it, that's a tremendous amount of money to figure out, you know. And then there's contingencies on top of that. There's, you know, and the prestige as well is big. But yeah, so
I think that's the money is the easiest thing to go after, right? Like, as far as if you're on the outside, it's the easiest thing to go after and be like,
right,
well, you guys should pay more or this or that. And it's not as easy as that. No. Right. So, yeah. And the amount of money that's been added, like I said, over the last few years, it adds up fast. I mean, from when I started in 2018 till, you know, just working up now. I mean, what is it? What do you think we have added from 2017 before, like, it was probably the year before I started, or 2016 to now
for Super Nationals?
No, I'm just saying, even weekly stuff, we're probably up 20,000 more.
Well, I can tell you right here, you can look right up here on the back wall, just at Super Nationals in 2014.
He's just pointing at his Super Nationals checks in case anybody.
Well, it's because Sockout got it. I mean, last year I was giving him shit. I'm like, geez.
Well, look at that one. That one was
$1,925. Now, hold on, though, because it was 1,000 to win.
Yeah.
But it was $25 a show or something with IMCA TV.
Yeah.
Is what I got. Now, in 2020 is when Brett really stepped it up. And the big dance paid $3,000 to win.
Yeah.
And then I think it's $5,000 to win now. I'm pretty sure. I think it's $5,000 to win the sport mods, $8,000 for the stock cars, and $10,000 for the modifieds.
Yep.
That's
when Jason won in 2006. He's got the check on the wall of $600. So things have they've trended the right direction.
But see, and that's the other thing of doing some shows with Mike and the Van Eatons and stuff, and writing down the payout, man. Just adding 4 more spot or to 30 cars, it's if you're paying what $200, I mean, it's $3,000,
Mm-hmm.
$3 more $1,000 or whatever the numbers are. It's crazy how fast it's like, whoa, because we've done it at the Whole Hog where the Whole Hog pays $400 to start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a show. That's just it's a 2-day show. Now people are like, well, I look at that as like I race at Boone. Now this isn't a jab at the Speedway, but I race at Boone on Saturday nights for $400. If I can go to Stewart and just start that race, that's what I'm getting if I win. Like now it's tough to make it to the Whole Hog or get in. There's a lot of good cars that come down to that, but it doesn't really draw that many more cars.
Right.
It's been about, I think the most they ever had was the first or maybe the second year they had it. It was just over 50. Now it's been like 46 to 50. Same, like the same, you know what I mean? Like, and that's good start money. I mean, that's a lot of money that the Van Eatons put up for that show, and Mike and everybody that, is a part of that deal. So I agree. It's like, man, that there's so many things behind the scenes that people don't see. It's just like with everyday things.
Yep,
right?
for sure.
The most liked comment on here was the hamburgers. You guys really, I mean, can we get a $200 grill and we can get gas and charcoal.
Got that pipeline.
Yeah, we'll just tap right into that pipeline over there off the back.
That is true. I never thought of it that way. Actually, and that makes me a little nervous on that Catalan fire that we had.
Yeah, no shit.
They got her snuffed out pretty quick.
Hey, I do got to say, too, I was thinking about this. I was looking at my phone. I thought I could find the picture, but I have my envelope from the 2003 Super Nationals when I made the show, and I got my $40.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the payout for last year when it was $300 to start the Hobby Stock main.
Yeah.
So, that's in 22 years, that's what that's gone up. So
right. Well, and like I said, I think it's just a lot of the comments are probably common misconception because Boone has always had this preconceived notion that we don't pay anything, right?
Right.
And there are times where like I'll talk to guys and they'll be like, we just raced our balls off here for this, and we got 7th or 5th or whatever, and it was this amount of money, and you're like, yeah, like I get it, like I understand where you're coming from.
It's a kick in the bag when it's the stock cars. It's $80 from I believe 9th or 10th to 24th. And when I'm on the racetrack racing somebody hard, because we raced for the championship this year, I'm just thinking like, get that 80, baby. You know what I mean? Like, and then I just like thinking, no, that's not the point. It's the big picture,
getting the points, getting that point.
I'm not right. So,
big comfy couch.
But it just makes you think about it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I turned her off. Hey. I'm over here looking it up. Yeah, you're from 8th on back. Yes, it is.
I thought a really cool, funny one too was Ryan and Jerry temporary tattoo night.
That would be funny.
That would be funny as shit.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be awesome. Seen the choose cone out of turn 4. Nobody can listen on their headsets already anyway, so that's a no-go for sure.
Yep, that's what makes that one difficult, and the fact that most racers are not honest. So as soon as they choose it and they see there's an opening, they go the other direction, and it's tough because the guy behind him saw him choose one way, he goes the other way. Now we're not enforcing it, and it's our fault. So
right.
Well, isn't that the point of the choose cone though? Is if guys go to the bottom, you can take the top and get the open spot.
It's the point of it, but there's too many. I've seen too many guys that as soon as they choose, they change their mind and then try to go. And
I'm with you.
If somebody's
How many times has Rod been on the racetrack giving somebody the move it over sign signal, and when he's pissed because he damn near throws his shoulder out when he's like going up there or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just seen this one because I'm scrolling. There's so many good. We just got to talk
Mhm.
about it. But the speakers in the grandstands, they are, man. They got to be the same ones that were there when we were kids.
Oh,
So,
100%.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
and I get it. Like the back pit area, the pit area's gotten so big. Like it's just there's just so many things. Like if I had the keys, one of the first things that I would do would be painting the lineup board. We got white on the top. We've got rust on the bottom. We've got grandma's brown paint out of the garage on the one side of it. We got Bob Ross's leftover primer on the one half of it we ran out of. There's just so many things. I did see the new wall coming off turn 1 and 2. Have
How'd
you guys
that
seen
look?
it yet? Have you
I
guys
haven't
seen it?
seen it.
Oh, really? Oh, weird.
Nope.
Spend more
I
time
haven't.
out there than you guys do in the wintertime, huh?
That's
going
right.
on. Right on.
That's right. It's cold out there. We're the office guys, remember?
It looks good, but if Dustin Lynch has anything to say about it, he will clear that wall. I'll guarantee you, because I've seen him do it one time.
Uh-huh.
But it does look really good. It looks real good.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. I think we've
Good
pretty
deal.
well covered just about all of the
Somebody said free Crispito night.
hey,
Oh yeah. And
I
all
don't
the
know
Odega you can take.
what's a case of Crispitos cost? That might be a Logue Fabrication courtesy night. Free Crispito Ortega brought to you by Watermelons and Woodchips.
Yeah.
That
Well,
could be a good one.
We got something in the works.
Hey, we got to make sure the shitters are in good shape that night.
That is true.
If we're
Well,
giving them away,
I've noticed.
Free Crispito tonight could be a disaster.
it could be.
I noticed though, ever since the county got that line, that tile flush just south of the racetrack, the shitters do work a lot better.
Oh
You guys
hell.
notice that? I don't know what you guys got going on there, but you better not let the DNR find out about it.
We'll stay away from the EPA on that one.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We don't need
I
any
can't
big
wait.
counters.
Frostbuster, all the white cars are going to pull in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Speaking of that, Frostbuster's coming up. We just learned that Ragbry's coming through town.
Oh yes.
Yes, we did. Yeah, and they're not just coming through town. They're going to stay in town.
Overnight stay that Tuesday, the 21st, I believe it
Yep.
is.
Be a lot of pickle
Yep.
juice consumed that night here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Them
Yep.
cramping calves.
Mm-hmm.
Probably maybe a few Adobe pizzas.
Yeah, that'd
up
be
that day.
badass. Actually, speaking of the Adobe, Yingling, is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm. Dingling.
Yeah,
I've murdered it ever since the guy.
We're a
the rep
week away,
came.
right?
you did it.
So we're a week away.
We are a
I'm
week
looking at-
away,
yeah.
yes, from Yingling. Coming to the
Fantastic.
Adobe, it's a new thing. It is also coming to Toby K's Hideaway.
Mhm.
We will be the only 2 bars in town
Can't wait.
to have those. It'll only be on tap.
The Adobe is literally 3 blocks from my house.
Oh,
so-
but it'll be dangerous for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, super excited about that. I don't know if I was supposed to say anything, but
Too late.
there is a sign. Well, no, hold on. There's a sign in the window, and we got coasters.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
you're
think
good.
that, but I just
That's a
don't
done
think a
deal.
lot of people have that know about it. I mean, I know the people that are involved or go to the bar. Both bars have been it's kind of been the talk of the town. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of
When I
excited.
lived in Pennsylvania, that's when I started. I would drink Yingling because we never had it, and I just love it. So then we went to Tulsa for the boys when the boys were wrestling down there. They had Yingling down there, so yeah, got
But Ragbry coming to town again.
Yeah.
We had that a couple years ago. Come through town, crazy ordeal. Lot of people. They haven't released the route yet of which way they'll be coming in. Last time they come in, they come up Highway 30,
Mhm.
right by the jail. The Adobe Lounge had, Dad and Steph went hog molly. They had all kinds of food and tents and bands, and it was a really cool place. There's going to be a lot of places hosting people staying the night.
Mhm.
That I know the Toast Park was a big
Yeah.
camp spot for those bicyclists.
Yeah, we're planning on. So I have a couple meetings coming up to figure out the plan for that. And it was funny because I was texting Josh and I was like, hey, I just saw they announced this. And like, as I'm on texting him and then we were on the phone, like I had a couple of people that are involved with that had known about it for a while were texting me like, hey, we need to get the racetrack on board with this. Like,
which is cool.
We gotta figure out what we can do to put it all together. So,
and some sources say that 5 of those towns have racetracks in them that they're staying at. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe maybe there's a thing. I don't know. That's right. And see, it's tough because it's July 21st is when they'll be here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like right in the middle, right before
Salute to Veterans.
The Speed Week stuff, the Harris Clash. When is the Harris Clash?
That's in June. So we're good.
So it'd be after the Harris. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much stuff. But it is super cool that Ragbai's coming back. Maybe you guys will get a couple campers out of this people. You know what? Actually, back to that Elmquist towing thing. Somebody brought up in there about the camping facilities. That has been a slow but awesome process of getting electric out there in those fields. That would be another great thing for the Boone Speedway and for the race fan. Getting those electric spots up there, but once again, that's probably a couple $100,000 project if you were to put. I don't know how many campers. That'd be a question for you suits people.
And it'd be one other thing that puts a pull on the electric system there, which some of those responses we didn't talk about were putting up new lights. That's probably my favorite one. Like I would love to do that tomorrow. Like I think that would be incredible.
Really?
Absolutely. Because
I feel like the lighting is really good there.
The problem with it is it's old and it pulls so much juice.
Yes.
Okay, well, I agree with that because the freaking rat's nest above the concession stand, I don't know how there hasn't been fire over there, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a freaking eagle's nest over there.
Yep, it does. And if they could switch to LEDs, like the amount of electricity that they would save just from those alone, I don't know how many more campers they'd be able to power off of that, but that's something that I don't know when, but that will have to be fixed at some point because hell, I don't even know if they make those lights anymore. Like I know they've
but
got
what kind
some
of money. I mean, like what kind of money are you talking? Are you talking like $100,000? Are you talking?
No, I think you got to add another zero. I think it's over $1 million. Yeah,
it's a big one. Seeing pay increase there for a while, folks. You're getting new lights. Which
you want $20 more in your envelope, or you want new lights? You pick.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, okay, I will be honest. Like when we went to Knoxville and they had all the lights and shit going,
dude,
like, it puts on a show. Like
it is. It's badass.
It is cool. So fingers crossed. Yep. Maybe Kathy will get lucky and win the lottery and be like, "Hey guys, I won the lottery. It's time for new lights."
Maybe. Hey, and Jonathan, I've been meaning to ask you this for a couple weeks now. Did you ever get to watch that DVD that I got you from Saul and Megan Bennett?
I did.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that I had 2019 and 2020. Those are lost in the archives somewhere. I need to dig deep on some of the IMCA guys to see if they can get some of them too. But man, what it's come from then to now. My favorite part about it is they had a guy in the infield and Jake McBurney's power steering cap fell off. They didn't know that at the time, but it was smoking and they just kept saying, "There's smoke coming out of the valve cover area," and it was like just noisy and distorted and just and we're out there just ripping laps, and it's just cool. Like they didn't do any of the interview stuff on the DVD, it just cuts and goes right to the neck. Like it's just come such a long ways, and it really makes you appreciate what IMCA TV and all of these other streaming places have become in just a short amount of time.
Yep. So there's that one. We got to shout out Topless Joe. Dude tried to take down a tree up in UP of Michigan.
It's so funny about that because I was talking to him that night about, Mike Smith. And he messages me and was like, "Oh, we're up in the UP riding sleds. I ain't got shit for service, and blah, blah." Well, then the next day I figured you guys had heard about it, but he sent me or maybe it was 2 days later or whatever, but he sent me a Snapchat and he's in the hospital with a broken wing and a serrated spleen and
messed up his gizzard. Yeah, he's
glad he's okay. I mean, because we know that he's going to be hunting for that track championship at Boone Speedway this year in the sport mark class.
Well, plus I suppose that piece of trim's probably got to do some checking on him at some point.
Oh, I bet she's been out here taking care of him.
And then Cody, this is specific to you.
Oh, good.
I was told to ask you if you've ever been to Cloud 9. And if you know a girl named Prison Bitch,
was that
to find your utopia? Yeah, do you know who that came from? He may have. He may have. He just might have. Right?
I wonder because he texted me. He's like, "Are you guys recording today?"
Yeah. He said, "You ask those questions, he'll know."
Yeah,
So,
that was. Dave Reef and Toby Cruz, and it was a good time.
Okay. You can expand on that as much or as little as you want. So
that was fun. Yeah, it's no longer exists.
Right. The Snapchats and the Facebook messages from Papa Malaco when they come in, I pay attention.
Good. Yeah.
So
I'm glad he's keeping you up on stuff.
He keeps me up on that, and I see Mama Malacote making snacks, so that just makes my day. So,
well, Dad's now got this. It's kind of like John with his ducks out here. Dad's got the deer feeder, and he's got.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them deer he has out of his place they're huge.
He's gonna have them living inside here before too long. He's got a lot of them.
I told him he's gonna be like that guy on TikTok that just sits in his garage with the cup full of corn, and they walk right up to him and eat out of the cup in his garage. Mom would be real happy if that happened, I'm sure. So
I bet. Well, they got a hell of a nice place out there. So
yeah, it is nice. Yeah. So but they have he's gonna be naming his squirrels and all this stuff. He's getting old, so
hey, as long as he keeps telling me stories about you, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll keep them coming. Well, boys, our next episode, I know we can't break any contracts yet, but our next episode could be a big one, huh?
Yeah, hopefully we get that deal done, and we'll know here in the next couple days, hopefully. So
don't want to put any pressure on him, but, it is a special one. Hopefully he'll understand.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You guys better wish with one hand a lot. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Yeah. But hey, if I never shot for the moon, man, would I be sitting here talking to you guys? Probably not.
That's true. Yeah. And you're so glad that you're talking to us too. I'm sure that was on your bingo card.
I've been dreaming of this my whole life, and now here we are. And I'm in the big red comfy chair.
Mm-hmm. But all right. Well, on that, I think we can wrap this one up. We do want to thank all the people that are involved with us. Obviously, Central Iowa Diesel Performance, Weir's Machine, Elmquist Towing, Adobe, Load Fabrication, P1P Canopy, and anybody else I'm forgetting right now? I don't think anybody right now.
Just shout out Adobe.
Yeah. No, I if your business is interested in supporting our podcast, you always reach out on the channel or reach out to Cody or myself or Josh, and we'll get you the details there. We've got a ton of support already that's just been absolutely phenomenal. Hear a lot of great feedback from a lot of people. So I greatly appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun bringing people in here, and I really can't wait until racing starts. I mean, I think it's going to be even a bigger thing yet, as far as just getting in some of the heat of the moment type things, you know. And we got a lot of big things coming up even before racing. So don't hesitate to reach out. We got great sponsorship opportunities. Feel like they're very feasible, and it helps us.
Yeah, it helps us for sure. And like, there's other things that we're kind of working on rolling out as we go, especially during the race season. There's a few things like we're looking at doing a power rankings deal and some other stuff like that, that I think is going to be pretty cool. So
yeah, definitely. And if you are running Jerry's troll account, you need to reach out to us, please.
100%. Yeah, please
as soon
don't
as you
forget. I have a feeling we might get a phone call like right away.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like.
This baby's coming out tomorrow, so this is going to happen fast.
Well, and on that note, you know, feel free to like, share, subscribe, all the things. You know, I noticed we've been getting more 5-star ratings on Apple and Spotify, which is awesome because that helps push the content out to people organically, which is fantastic. So,
well, and here's the other thing too. I was thinking about this, like the people that are out of state, like racers that are out of state, we can do this Zoom thing. I don't know much about it, people, but you know, we've had a lot of people in the area come here, you know, but there's some other heavy hitters out there that you know, it'd be cool to have David Murray on here, or somebody from the East Coast or Michigan, Minnesota, or whatever, you know, and we don't know. Most certainly we'll reach out to some of the people that I just mentioned and stuff, but we love those old racing stories. We love those nostalgic stuff that is what people, it's what we hear, that you telling us that you like to hear that stuff. So if there's somebody out there that, you know, wants to be on the show sometime, you know, that's had a great career, that's retired, doesn't matter if you've been retired for a long time, because I hear there's a lot of old listeners out there. So greatly appreciate that.
Well, hey, and I watched with my own eyes, Jeff Old Balls Ike was on his computer doing a Zoom on a podcast. I watched it myself. So I know it can happen. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he'd be fun.
He would be fun.
But all right, well, we're going to wrap this up. We do thank and appreciate everybody for tuning in. And hopefully next week we'll have a big one, but we'll see. So till next week, we will see you guys. You've been watching Watermelons and Woodchips.